Hey guys, welcome to Planning with Ellie and happy Tutorial Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own credit card pocket folder for your traveler's notebook. The one I'm going to be making is for my pocket size TN, and that's going to be for my Christmas one. I still have to do the shaker and the folder, and I've just been wrapped up with so many things to do, so I'm really sorry, but I will be bringing the shaker and that folder pretty soon, hopefully sometime this week. But today we are going to go ahead and do the credit card pocket folder. I definitely want one because, like I said, I want to be able to put my cards in it so that whenever I take my TN with me, shopping or whatever, I can always have it with me. So I'm going to show you guys the one that I made. I did two of them just for like practice to make sure that it came out exactly the way I wanted it. So this is the first one, and it's so cute. So as you can see, it's like a little folder, and then it has Velcro that I use for my lid. And I'm just going to use this card so that you can see it fits a credit card perfectly. And it fits maybe about 2 or 3, even 4. And then on this side, it has a pocket as well. The only thing, it is a little bit hard to get into this pocket, but I can use it mostly for my to keep my IDs safe, and that way if they stay on this end, they won't fall out. So that's practically why I have this pocket right there, and that's the one that I made. So I did it to match my TN, and then there's another one that I made that I put in here just because it's the one that I did for practice, and that's this one right here. And I put the little gingerbread man in the front. Same thing, it has the Velcro right there, and it has the pocket right here, and then a pocket right here. So I love it. I think it came out really nice, and I want to show you guys how to make one for your planner. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to need is some paper. I'm going to be using this paper from the new paper pad that I purchased. It's from the North Pole. I think it matches nicely, so I figured I might as well use it. So that's what I'm going to use. And then I have my scoreboard, my envelope punch because I use it to like round the corners. I have my paper trimmer. I have my glue gun heating up. I have my ATG glider, my scissors, both my big ones and my small ones. And then I have my little Christmas tags. These are perfect for decorating. And then I have my Velcros and a pencil. So that's pretty much it. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut your paper down, and the folder is going to be 4 inches in height so that I can show you guys. Here is my paper. Sorry, my camera is moving. So as you can see, there's my folder. My 1 inch mark starts down here, and then my 4 inch mark ends right there. So it's going to be 4 inches in height. So I'm just going to turn this so it's easier for me to see and reach. And I'm going to go ahead and mark it right there. Hopefully you can see. So it's marked right there. And then I'm going to turn it and do the same thing on this end. Right there. So let's go ahead and cut. The only thing is when you have like a lot of tools, and I have a lot of tools, but I mean, that's why I have them though, because they make crafting and planning so much easier. And then I always try to put them to use, so that's why I have them. So we're gonna put this to the side. It's just some scrap paper. I feel like I have no space here. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and do, sorry, my glue fell. I'm gonna go ahead and do my first pocket. And my first pocket is going to be 2.5 inches. And don't worry about the inside if you have pencil marks, because you're gonna end up folding it anyway. So like I said, my first pocket is going to be 2.5 inches wide. So here is my 2.5. I'm gonna mark it right there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing up top. And it really does help to have a measuring mat, because then you don't have to like have an extra ruler or whatever. And so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and score that 2.5 inch mark. So as you can see, here is my 2.5 and 2.5, and I'm gonna score this line. And since I didn't get my bone folder, I'm just gonna use my my pencil, and we're gonna score right there, right? Perfect. So then we're gonna fold. I think this paper is so cute. It almost looks vintage also. Love it. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm gonna have to cut this off. And that just flew away. So I'm gonna cut up to the line. And here you have your first pocket. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our next pocket. Putting a bunch of tools to the side. Okay, so here is the leftover scrap from this pocket right here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the end of your paper and you're gonna put it on the 4-inch mark. So here's the 4-inch mark right here, right? So 4 inches is right there, 4 inches is up top, and this whole line is 4 inches. So the end of the paper goes on the 4-inch mark. This is just me, this is just how I like to make life easier for me. So I hope you guys are able to follow this, and I hope this is easy for you guys as well. So I'm gonna mark it to the 4-inch right there. And then I'm gonna, right here, I'm gonna leave it on that, on the 1st inch. So here's one, right here's 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. So again, I'm gonna mark 2.5. And I'm gonna do the same thing up top. Put it on the 4. And then mark 2.5. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because this is going to be my little flap. So this is going to be my cover for my envelope. This is the middle part, and then this is the outer part. But we're gonna have extra, so we're gonna have to cut that off. So let me show you guys. Put this back. Okay, so here we have our 2.5-inch mark, score, and then here we have 2.5-inch mark and score. Okay, so this is my my closure, and this is my envelope part. So I'm gonna go ahead and my closure, I'm gonna fold it outwards. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because when I fold this in, I can see where my extra paper is and where I have to cut it. Okay, so this is my flap. When I folded it, this is the extra piece, so this is what I have to cut off. I really, really hope I'm explaining this right. So then you just put it down. And cut that off. And then when you fold it, it should be good. So mine is still a little bit, it doesn't fold quite yet, so I'm just gonna take a little bit off. Just very little bit, you'll see. About that much. And it should close now. There you go, see? Perfect. So there you have your second pocket. So now what we have to do is, now that we have both of our pockets, now what we have to do is close our pockets, right? But before we do that, we're gonna take another sheet and we're gonna cut 4 inches again. So using that same paper, you're gonna cut 4 inches. Using that same paper, you're gonna cut 4 inches. And you'll see why I'm gonna do that now. So before we do anything else, we're gonna take our pocket and we're gonna adhere it onto our second paper. And you wanna add a lot of glue because you wanna make sure that your pocket doesn't fall off. Because you're gonna be handling this a lot. You're gonna be opening and closing and opening and closing, that you really wanna make sure it stays on there. Okay. And then just take all your extra glue, tuck it in. Do the same thing on this side, and do the same thing on this side. Okay, so now this is the 4-inch paper that we cut. And we're gonna put it on there, just like that, right? And then you're gonna do the same thing with the other one. So now, because you want to be able to fold it, you're going to leave very little tiny space, enough just so that your folder closes. So let me show you what I mean. So I'll probably leave about that much in space, okay? So let's go ahead and put the glue again. And of course, as you're doing this, you know, if you come up with any other ideas that, you know, makes it easier for you to make this folder, then definitely go ahead and do that, because the faster you can get this done, the easier and the better it'll be. So again, tuck in all our glue. All right, so I'm gonna put about that much. Okay, and then you're gonna take it and you're gonna even it out. And take your pencil and fold down. And voila. So there you have your little space. So now you're gonna cut this off because this is extra and you don't need it. I think that's good enough. Perfect, right? So there you have the base of your folder. Now we have to go ahead and seal everything. So what I do, I just take some little strips. I take my paper up to this line. And I usually just use strips for that. I'm gonna need, let's see, 4 of them. 1 for each side of my folder, because I'm gonna need this to close my folder. Okay, so that should be enough. Now let's put this to the side. All right. So now to see how much I'm gonna need, or what size this is gonna be, you're just gonna put that up against and just cut. And then you're gonna take that one that you cut, and then you're gonna take all the rest, and you're gonna cut. And then they'll all be the same height and the same width. So now you just gotta fold. Exactly how I do to all of my folders. This is the same method I always use, and I love it. Fold each one. And I guess you can say I've kind of become a pro at this now, because now I do it like 1, 2, 3. It's pretty fast because I've had so much practice. All right, and one more. If you want to take your time with it, take your time with it so that you can make sure everything is even. But I just want to show you guys, you know, how fast you can get things done, and you don't have to spend a lot of time doing the little basic stuff when you can spend more time decorating. That's basically my motto. Spend less time on the basic stuff and spend more time decorating. You want to make sure you have a lot of glue on there. And if you guys have any questions on how I did this or what the measurements were, then definitely let me know in the comments down below. This one's going to be a little hard. Like I said, for that second piece of paper, you have to put the edge on the 4-inch mark and work your way to your left, right? So you're going from right to left, and then that's how you're gonna do all your measurements, basically. I'm the kind of person who learns by seeing, and then, you know, even if I see somebody doing it, I'm like, bam, I already got it, I can do it. Because I'm very, you know, I like to be very hands-on, so hopefully, just by seeing what I do, hopefully you guys get the concept and you learn from it too. So that's just more outward. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and take our little pencil and make sure everything's nice and tight. And there you have your first pocket, and let's make sure everything fits. Ta-da! That works. And then we're gonna go ahead and seal off our second pocket. And we're almost done, almost done, almost done. You know, somebody was telling me, Ellie, you haven't done any tutorials, and that's because, guys, I haven't had, like, any ideas lately. I have been, like, I guess everybody goes through a phase when you feel uninspired, and that was me. I felt like, after the cotillion, I felt so lost. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I needed to get back into my rhythm because I hadn't planned in a while, and I just feel uninspired, but trying to get back on there. All right, so let's go ahead and lay this down and run your finger through it. Make sure everything is nice and pressed. All right, press and press. And there you have your second pocket for all your credit cards. So you can put your IDs in this one or business cards, however you want to do it. I think that needed a little bit more glue. It's okay. And then your cards on this side. So what we have to do is round our corners. That way you give it a nice edge so it doesn't look too like squared, and so it doesn't look too done. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to add your Velcro. So I have this little set that was given to me a long while ago. You're going to add some hot glue because you want to make sure it stays on there. And press down. And then you're going to go ahead and put this one on top. This is the second sealer. And you're going to add some glue. And you're going to press it down. Right? And then you can take, I'm just going to take a gingerbread just to show you guys. Let's open it. And you can put him on your cover. You can put little pom-poms on your cover. You can put little trim. You can give him a little bow, whatever you want. And that's pretty much it. That is how you make a credit card pocket for your traveler's notebook. I hope that was easy enough for you guys. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below and I would be happy to help. And just let that finish setting drying and it should open with ease. Yay! So that's pretty much it, and then the only thing you're going to do is just find a spot to stick into your traveler's notebook, and that's exactly how it looks. Alright, well that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at Eli_planwithme. I love you guys and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!